Battlefield of Eternity, map number 1, best of 5 everybody, Granit Gaming against the Cats. So we are still in the stepladder system, in the gauntlet, the playoffs, and we are going through the next match for the Cats. So again, we went through a whole round robin where we had the top 8 teams play, and at the end of that round robin, the top 3 in the leaderboard, they advanced directly to Paris, but we're still trying to determine the 4th team to make it to the offline final of the Masters Clash. Again, there is 12,000 euros on the line. And the way that this is being done is that the 8th team is playing against the number 7, the winner is playing against number 6, the winner is playing against number 5, and so on and so forth. And so far, the Cats have been on an absolute murder streak. They took down Inding for Ruby in their first match, advanced to face off against the MCA Academy, who they also defeated, and now they are going up against Granit Gaming. Their biggest challenge thus far, but there's obviously still another team that is waiting in the wings, and that is Team Rage Quit. So we have another best of 5 here today. We're done with all of these best of 2s, and we'll see if the Cats can pull this off for real and advance further, or if Granit Gaming is going to put a stop on their winning streak here. So when it comes to the bans, we got Lunara already taken out, and Garrosh gets banned right away. Now, you might remember that in the first series, when the Cats went up against Inding for Ruby, what they didn't do is address Garrosh in any way, and Johan absolutely ripped them a new one. Now, Inding for Ruby, they were worried about other heroes more so than Garrosh, but it turned out that at least the frontliner was a huge obstacle. And then in the next series, the MCA Academy, they already started to regularly ban Garrosh against the red team. And now we're having Granit Gaming doing the exact same thing, at least for map number 1. And they're also following the pattern that they're getting rid of Lucio here. So it's definitely 2 of the heroes that you want to deny to the Cats to make them a bit more beatable and just take some of that sting away. But we have Lunara now banned out, and we have Sylvanas also eliminated. Breeze is starting things off with the Nubarak here for Battlefield of Eternity. So it's already a pretty solid start here into the game for them. Solid in the sense that they are already signaling, hey, we want to be aggressive. We want to be diving in with the Nubarak, and we want to do work here. Now, on top of that, we got Blaze now coming in. We have Li Ming taken. So again, this poke battle that you get around the Immortals that we're definitely going to see here. And with that, what are we getting for Smexy and Whoopi here? Now, keep in mind that this is obviously something that is also done a lot by Granit Gaming, where they're coming in and they're picking Karazim, for example, for Smexy to try to be real aggressive around it. And well, there he is. So they cannot dive in with a Nubarak, with Karazim, and they even have Azerite on Genji. So already lots of mobility that they can bring to the table here. And yeah, this is going to be pretty sweet. Yeah, on top of that, we got for the Cats now, what do we get as our 3rd ban? What do you get rid of? You got Whoopi on the side lane, so you really want to think about what you're banning out there. Urel might be a good idea, honestly. The combo with the Nubarak and Urel is a strong one, and it's something that they might be setting up here now too. For Maka, I'm not so sure what they're going to ban out there. It's Hanzo. They're getting rid of Hanzo. I thought that it might have been a good addition for them as well. But, yep. Let's see. So, with Hanzo already banned, that means Urel is still open and could be picked here. But let's have a bit of a look on this one. Because what do you ban out against them? Maybe even targeting the front line a bit further than that. Could ban Jojo, I guess. Nope, they're banning Rega. So it's a bit of a support focus that they have here. That leaves for the front line Diablo open, Johanna open, Murden still open, plenty of options for the red team. But of course they also need their support, which I suppose is going to be Anduin. Captain Rex has been playing a lot of Anduin, and now that Rhaegar is gone, would make sense for them to rely upon him. Especially since a lot of... Oh no, they go for Uther. Alright. They go for Uther here for Captain Rex, so they got the Divine Shield ready. Yeah, it's definitely good to prevent any kind of single target focus from the other side. And, well, there's at least Johanna, so we're already thinking about her. She can also try and use the blind a little bit against Smexy with Karazim, so that's going to help out a bit. Besides that, the final 2 picks now. We got Granit Gaming coming in with, I assume it's going to be Urel. No, it's not. It's Whoopi on Thrall. Okay, so can play around the ult a bit, and Maka is playing Chromie, so a lot of on-target damage, but not quite as beefy as they would have been if they picked the Space Goat. So we got a Thrall instead. And what do we get for Hirith here? Our last pick for map number 1. Keep in mind, this is a best of 5. So for Hirith, we need a little bit more damage on the end. They got a good front line. Jojo and Blaze has been a popular composition as well. And here comes Cassia. Battlefield of Eternity, everybody. Map number 1. It's Granit Gaming going up against the Cats. Game number 1 in the best of 5. Smexy for the blue team on Karazim. Wooby on Thrall. Make is playing Genji. We got Azerite on Chromie. And Breeze is playing Nubarak. On the right side of the map, it's the Cats with Johan on Johanna. We currently have Hirath on Liming, Dracula on Cassia. We got Maitri on Blaze and Captain Rex on Uther. Let the games begin. Let the party get started. The blue team, obviously, they want to go to Paris as well. We got the Trolling Thunder on level 1 right now. As you can tell at the bottom of the map, that's where the foreman is moving in, top side with the Nubarak. They're already trying to just simply go for a counter push. So this is going to be quite a bit of fun, because it seems that for now the blue team is getting the better deal out of this. But on the other side, the Cats are repaying them in kind. The Cats, they found their 4th leg. There's no other way to say that. I mean, they've been they've been limping around through the season. But as we're heading into the playoffs here, as we're heading into the stepladder system, apparently they finally found their 4th leg and they've been using it with great efficiency here, as the Germans would be proud. So they were able to win 2 best of 5s already. Now they're going up against Granit Gaming, which is of course going to be a little bit more tricky, but yeah, we'll see. Yeah, and while we're starting with this, the big news is still, I mean, again, this video is obviously going to arrive on YouTube with quite a bit of a delay because we have so much content these days. But at least right now, Diablo Immortal is a non-stop question that pops up not only on the Twitch stream, but it's also something that's been talked about in social media. And just today I saw that apparently to level up an account, I mean, Diablo Immortal seems to be insanely pay to win. And if you want to get a fully leveled account or whatnot, you pay between $40,000 and $100,000 if you all go in on the pay-to-win aspect of the game. Another reason why I am not going to bother with that game at all. So I'm actually pretty happy that I don't give 2 farts about that game. I don't give a shit. So good for me. But when I heard that, then I was like, well, that is bringing the whole pay-to-win system to a completely different level. Good on you, Blizzard. You've now officially become a mobile company. So, yeah. I actually don't think I would be so annoyed about this if they always were one. But they stood for something in the past. There's nothing wrong necessarily with some mobile games. There's nothing wrong with gacha games either. But at least even the gacha game publishers have some shame. Apparently Blizzard has none these days. 100k for an account to fully level it and get everything. Are you kidding me? But yeah, either way, to each their own. Whoever enjoys it, you got my blessing. I don't care. So yeah, I'm waiting for Frost Giant. Frost Giant seems to be the new Blizzard. As I already said, I've been part of their special preview event, and on the 9th of June they're going to present some of that information that they showed us privately to the public, and I'm very excited about it. That game looks fantastic. It looks exactly what Blizzard once was, exactly in the same spirit, and I am all here for it. So yeah, big fan. But now back to Heroes of the Storm and our match at hand. So far the teams have just been dabbling around a bit. Nobody has really gone for any big aggression. We didn't see a kill yet. We've just seen the preparation for objective number 1. That's exactly what's happening here. We have the first one already on the board, and at least for now the blue team is getting the lead on them. They have a lot of focus on the Immortal and they win the halftime show with ease. Breeze has been trying to slow the opposition down a little bit. Having the Impale ready obviously helps there too. Frostwolf pack for Thrall as Wooby's trying to get the stacks together. Also stacking quest for our boy Genji. And here's where the party really is going to start up. So everybody is still trying to play this a bit slow. Only Hirath and now also Dracula trying to get the Immortal low on the blue team side. But the focus is immediate. We have especially Karazim trying to punch it down slowly. So they're still trying to win the first one, but also looking for a kill. Thrall was a little bit low and Genji also had to retreat. Make took over, so they switched after the draft. Azerite is the one playing Chromie, as already highlighted a bit earlier. But this is still very close, and Johan is in trouble. He's trying to slow them down, but he dies, and he's not the only one. Uther is also dead, and they lose the objective as well. It is a close call, though. 1,500 hit points on the shield is all that Granit Gaming could accomplish here. But they got 2 kills with it, and they get the objective. So it is a big win already, starting up right there. They're starting to move through the bot lane now and attempt to at least take the wall down. Would be shocked if they get more than that. But we have then again seen some teams being able to really push the fight past the fort and allow the Immortal to completely murder that thing. And Smexy is already coming in from behind here, looking for aggression. With the shittiest mount in the world, Smexy, what happened to the goat? The goat was at least funny. That stupid duck there, it just doesn't work for me, I'm sorry. So, yeah. At this point, we got 2 kills to 0. The wall destroyed, not more than that. Both teams have their level 7 talents. So we're in for a bit of an easier start into the game. And of course, ooh, and as I say, there's the kill at the top. Seems like Blaze couldn't handle the power of Smexy as he moved in to help Whoopi out. And now they have the lane open and can take another tower down, maybe even damage the fort a bit. Nobody's rotating over just yet. Instead, we have the red team focusing on the mercenary camp at the bottom of the map. Breeze is getting a bit caught here. But they are spending a lot of time chasing him. And that's definitely not worth it because they need to defend the top. Johanna's moving in to do exactly that, but they're still chasing Breeze. And guys, if this continues, he's not going to escape. So he sees what's coming, is still wasting their time. Finally, there's the kill, but it cost the red team a lot. So not really worth it. That one level 8 Anubra kill, and that's all they got, and they nearly lost their fort at the top side. So that's a big problem. But yeah, there's at least some counter pressure now at the bottom of the map as the cats are trying to do the same thing here. And to be fair, this makes up for it. Now it's at the end going to be a trade, fort for fort. The top fort is falling, but they are getting the bottom fort too. So they kind of made up for, well, you could call it that little blunder there. Drak here gets attacked but is able to walk away thanks to Uther. So as the dust settles, cats were able to destroy a structure. So they just simply traded forts with the opponent, and now we're waiting for level 10 abilities so that the two teams can focus onto Immortal number 2. So here we go. We got the heroics coming in for Granit Gaming a little bit sooner. They're going to be the first ones to lock the talent in. That's why the cats have to be a bit careful how they're approaching this now. And already here on the right side, they're trying to go for the camp. The vision is there. Are they really invading this? They can once they have level 10 if they really wanted to. They're not doing it now. Well, actually, as I say that, here comes the approach. Where's the Sundering? Already out. They take the camp. Breeze waits for the cooldown, doesn't get it and dies. But now they have not only the halftime show, but they're pulling way ahead on the Immortal. It's a 5 versus 4 in favor of the cats. But the blue team still doing their thing. Blessed shield against Whoopi. And he's dead. Also losing the stacks on his level 4. Marke has moved towards the right side now and is trying to take the Immortal down. And honestly, if nobody takes care of him, then he's definitely going to be able to do that. So Johan is finally realizing what's up and is trying to deal with it, but he's going to be too late. Yeah, Marke can take this. He might die for it. Nope, doesn't even happen. Instead, Johan has to be careful that he's not the one that gets killed. Divine Storm, and they're killing Smexy. The Smex Master is down, but the second Immortal is also claimed by Granit Gaming. And they have now 3 kills to 4. So they've fallen behind slightly in the kill count. Whoopi's level 4 talent was reset as he died earlier. But another Immortal is taken. And they can do a bit more damage down at the bottom of the map. And again, this is a do or die scenario. There's no loser's bracket here. If you lose this series, then you are out of the competition. Only the winner advances. And the winner is going up against Team Rage Quit, who is, so to say, the final boss on the road to Paris. Team Rage Quit, of course, watching all of these games, very interested, since all they gotta do is win a single best of 5, and they are going to be the 4th team to attend the offline event. And now Granit Gaming is pulling ahead slightly once again as they're taking the structures down. They're also dropping Cassia, and they're still pushing down here at the bottom, and bam, there is the hit from Chromie. My try is down. Chromie is a happy panda, taking Blaze apart. Of course, on level 10, also in case you haven't seen it in action yet, disintegrate for Li Ming, the traditional counter against the Nubarak, since you can burn the cocoon down very easily once it's used. You will always win that trade in cooldowns. Now, camps are taken. We got the one down here at the bottom already set on lane. Top side, the party continues with Whoopi and Breeze doing their thing here. Yeah, and with that being said and done, the action is gonna focus on the next Immortal once that it gets announced. But for now, we have the cats still in range with experience, so even talent fights shouldn't be a problem for them. But structurally speaking, they are now taking a backseat. So, 17,000 damage for Cass here, that's the top damage for the cats. 26,000 for Chromie, so she's in right there. And off we go. 5 kills, 2-4. And they are attacking on 2 lanes right now. Trying to poke them out a little bit. There's even a double camp down here at the bottom. And they're just sitting at the sides for now. Yeah, they're waiting. They're waiting for Mitra for here. Ah, nicely done. Double checks as he moves top. Mitra sees it and he's like, oh shit. But there's the level 30 now for both teams. The Immortal is popping up in a few more seconds. That's really when you have to make your move. That's exactly what we're gonna get here. Another approach towards the red team's Immortal as the lead is taken again by Granit Gaming. They're just a little bit faster on these rotations towards the objective, a little bit crisper, and they're logging another halftime show in very easily. So a pretty decisive victory on the halftime. 7,000 hit points between the two teams, but now it comes down to who can really get the kills, and it seems like it's going to be the red team. They're going for it, and here comes the hit for Thrall, and it took a little bit longer than I expected, but he is dead. Laser show has started. Maitrai gets attacked again. Maka, there's some good play here in the back line too as he wants to go for the kill against Li Ming, but Hirath is getting away. Smexy is taking him apart though, so it's a 4 versus 4 situation with an X-Strike moving in as Maka's trying to aim for Uther. They're getting another stun. Maitrai falls, and now they can chase the rest of the team with ease. It's a 4 versus 3 situation in which Maka is trying once again for another kill, and Smexy was already following him. Everybody is just escaping. Breeze is slowing them down with another stun, and now the blue team can go for the Immortal once more. Comes in and takes it down. Nicely done. So they got a pretty decent shield now, and we are 12 minutes into the game. So here's the opportunity to drop a keep. Up towards the top, a little bit of damage has been done at the wall. Nothing that forces the issue yet. One of the towers is down to 50% HP, but that's about it. But this is definitely a chance for Granit Gaming to pull further ahead in the game. They got the extra fort at the top, and now they are moving in top lane to try and take the keep down. And the Immortal is strong, and they can also poke with Chromie, which is exactly what they're doing here. So a lot of the damage is now coming in. Makia zipping around, still looking for the engage into the backline, of course. Always having a bit of a hard run for Li Ming here. If he can move in and take her down, that would be fantastic. That's the Sundering. You need to remove the damage. Already, Cocoon burned down by the Disintegrate. Yes, the kill against Cassian. Anubarak dies too. It's a kill for a kill as the Divine Storm hits Genji hard. And that is the end of Maka. Maka is down. They're still trying to poke a little bit, trying to take down that keep. The Immortal still doing damage. And by the way, Thrall is still not stacked. Thrall is still not done. Whoopi is at 2 stacks currently on his level 4 talent. We have level 16 available now for the blue team, and the red team is following up soon. Of course, once again, Smexy is going for the extra damage. These two have realized that they screwed up a little bit, but they can now also wrap around and see if they can maybe go for that keep if they would want to. Yeah, they're waiting that out quite a lot. Now the thing is, they can take the keep. The question is, can they also then get away? So the keep is gone, but can they escape here? That's the question. 7-sided strike. They try to go for Drak here, and I guess they're not both gonna die. Maxi might get away here. Thrall is already gone. There's a Blessed Shield to slow him down a little bit further, and the end of Karazim. So they sacrifice 2 of their heroes to take the keep down. And I'm gonna be blunt. That might be worth it. Maybe not 2. Letting one of them die, definitely worth it. Both of them, not so sure. But either way, now that they're attacking the top, the red team is trying to exploit that 5 versus 3 situation as best they can. It's 9 kills to 8, but with the first keep gone, if this fort doesn't fall, then it would be continuous catapult pressure against the red team, and they're trying to prevent that. And it seems like it is going to fall. And there's the follow-up kill. So they're taking Anubarak down. Oh, 7 hit points on Azerite. Nearly a Chromie kill. So the problem with those 2 heroes that just died is simply that it was too much. If it's only 1, then you can still play a 4 versus 5 situation out. But now it's a follow-up kill, and that means that they're again at a numbers disadvantage. Bot lane has to be dealt with, of course. But there's a lot of momentum for the Cats now, and we'll see. Taking the keep was important. Sacrificing 1 hero, totally fine. 2 might have been a bit too much. We'll see. They are definitely taking... uh-oh. Yeah, there's another kill. And Anubarak is not dead, and that's exactly the problem. It's too much momentum. With 2 heroes down, it was a 5 versus 3 situation, and the Cats exploited that. And now they're taking the halftime show pretty easily. They're getting additional follow-up kills because the front line was missing, and they are riding that momentum. And they're riding it hard. That is an avalanche that we're talking about here. It's definitely the first objective for the Cats, and that means that they have a shot at taking a keep down as well. Now, there is still this situation going on at the bottom of the map where we have a camp and the catapult pushing, so that needs to be dealt with very swiftly, and that's why we're having the red team now rotating down here. But for Granit Gaming, things are starting to look a bit more dicey. They definitely need to try and take that Immortal down as quickly as they can, or they might all of a sudden be the ones that are trailing behind, especially since they have also taken the backseat in experience. 33,000 damage for Cassia. And on top of that, we now have 40,000 for Chromie, who still leads the top damage numbers. Yeah, there's the attack on Karazim, so they caught him. Thrall is pushing out the top lane, trying to escort catapults towards the core. But I think still that the Cats are chasing this a little bit too much. They lost nearly the entire shield on the Immortal already. They got the kill on Karazim. And at the top, obviously, 16 minutes in, Whoopi wants to get those catapults towards the core and force them back. But I still believe that this bottom keep is going to fall. But I don't think they can go for core. I don't think they can do that, because, I don't know, there's 2 catapults, there's a 3rd one coming. That might be a little bit too much to handle. I'm not quite sure if this is really going to work. They're obviously trying to race this, but they might be a little bit too late. They're committed at this point. They made that choice, but I'm not sure if it's the correct one, guys. This is falling way too quickly. So this is already at 45%. The core here is, of course, falling very quickly too. Anubarak is dead. 27% against 50, 21, 16. And they win it! Granit Gaming loses and the Cats take the 1-0 in the best of 5.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet, so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Towers of Doom, map number 2. The Cats pulled it off. It was a close call. Thrall and Karazim trying to sneak to the top to push with the catapults and end the game. Karazim gets caught and dies. Thrall makes it, and they nearly win the race. I mean, it was at the end less than 10% or around 10% that were still remaining on the core for the Cats. And that was a very, very close call. So they made a decision, and I gotta give it to the Cats that they followed through with this. Kudos, because I would have panicked. I would have sent somebody back to try and deal with Thrall and the catapults. Might have been the better decision, might have not been. As it turns out, they won the game, so good for them. The Cats still on an absolute winning spree here, and starting off into another best of 5 with a victory. Bit of a setback for Granit Gaming, of course, and to be honest, it all started with Thrall and Karazim. Yeah, Thrall and Karazim making the initial move for the top keep. They got the keep, but they both died. As I said in the game already, I think sacrificing one of your heroes for that would have been an okay trade, but since they lost 2, they gave up too much momentum and map presence to the Cats, and the Cats used that to take a fort down, to win the next objective, and really snowball the issue there. So now here on Towers of Doom, maybe Granit Gaming in the late game has to play it a bit more careful. The ban pattern is roughly the same. We still got Garrosh and also Lucio banned out against the Cast. Now Lunara and Rega are both taken early on. Globals are banned out, or at least Dehaka is. Will be, of course, very good on this hero as well, and Dehaka adds a lot of value to your team composition on Towers of Doom. Junkrat also eliminated. And with that now, we have the final... Ooh. Tyrande and Tyrael. Please be Judgment. Probably not, but still. Tyrande pick from Smexy. I wonder if they're playing with the double support now. But a double support, if they're playing a double support here, they need somebody else that can really pack a punch. Because, yeah, Tyrande can be played, but it's a very early Tyrande pick, and there's a lot of mobility heroes still available that could get to her. The problem with Tyrande is always the same. She is amazing, or she can be amazing, if you can keep her safe, but with the continuous mobility creep that happened in Heroes of the Storm, and so many heroes that can easily enter your backline, she's having trouble to survive if you have heroes that get to her. So you either have to draft a composition that is able to keep her alive and really help her out, or you have to make sure that your opponent can't get access to heroes that can easily hit her, because she has very limited tools for escape, but she can add a lot. She has a lot of vision, she has the interrupt potential on Towers of Doom, she's able to also give you the stuns, she's able to apply with her trait, the Hunter's Mark, that allows you to focus the target down fairly quickly. So there's a lot that she can bring to the table, but she is on the squishy side and is always a bit of a gamble. You can absolutely dominate with her if you take control of the game and you are the one just driving the game itself, then she can be an amazing asset. But if you're starting to be on the back foot and you're getting chased and flanked and hunted, then Tyrande oftentimes starts to fall off quite a bit. Now we got Jojo and we got Urel now, so that's already a nice side laner here for the red team after Whoopi locked in the initial Blaze pick. So Make and Azerite need to now decide what they want to contribute here. And we get Cassia and we get Sylvanas. Okay, so let's see what they can do with Tyrande and if they can keep her safe. And also, what is Hireth going to take now? Are they going to try and pick a Genji? Are they going to pick anybody else that can really try and get to Tyrande and take her down? By the way, talking about this, I think I mentioned it yesterday. We haven't seen a Tracer pick in quite some time now. So would absolutely love that. Yeah, and Hireth, let's go. It is Hanzo. They're going for Hanzo here. Towers of Doom, everybody. Our second map in the best of 5. The Cats have already taken the lead. Let's find out if Granit Gaming can tie the series or if the Cats will pull ahead with a 2-0. Granit Gaming against the Cats. It's map number 2 in the best of 5. We have Mako and Sylvanas. Whoopi playing Blaze in game number 2. Smexy with Tyrande, Azerite and Cassia, and Breeze is playing Tyrael. On the right side of the map, Captain Rex on Rhaegar. We got Hireth on Hanzo, Maitri and Urel, Johan on Johanna, and Drakir is playing Lunara. The Cats, they're at it again. They managed to win game number 1. And let's see what they can now do in the second game. I mean, it would be a little bit crazy, honestly, if they pull ahead with a 2-0 here. But they have been on a winning streak. And they have done a fantastic job. The jokes about them finding their 4th leg haven't come out of nowhere. They just murdered everybody yesterday. And I think lost only one single map in the gauntlet so far. So, yeah. At this point, what we are seeing is in the middle, still a little bit of poke against Whoopi. The rest of the team has already rotated down to the bottom of the map. We have on level 1 for Cassia, the charge strikes. We have the might of the Banshee Queen. And, well, they are making a move for Azerite, but at the same time, Johan is also low, and he might be the first one to fall. He dies, but so does Cassia. Both of them dead. Make nearly falling too. Hireth also just barely made it out. Nearly gets owled here, so nice damage from Smexy as he comes in on level 1 with the Ranger and nearly hit Hanzo there. That would have been kind of funny. There's honestly very few things that are as satisfying as a proper owl kill. Gone are the days where you can just kill 4 or 5 people with a single owl. There's still this clip on my YouTube channel somewhere where back in the day, I think that must have been early release, maybe even still beta, I'm not honestly sure, a game on Blackheart's Bay and a fantastic owl that just hits 5 people and kills them cross-map. It was absolutely ridiculous. And talking about killing people, now we got the kill on Tyrande and on Sylvanas. So the Cats are already coming back. They really want the scam. They're trying to bring the fight to Granit Gaming, and so far it is working. It is a 5 versus 4, but they haven't taken it yet. Here comes the lock, but they also lose Lunara. I mean, right now it's still a win for them. They took the camp away from the opponent and were in addition to that also able to get some kills in. They're aiming for Whoopi, and if they get him, yep, they do, then they even pull ahead on the kill count. So nice job. The cats, everybody. Absolutely fantastic of what they're doing here. No, I want to say I really, really like that they are coming into the series and they are not showing any respect that they... I mean, again, they're not YOLOing fully in, but they're saying, guys, we are here for a reason. Let's do our best. These guys, they might have been playing in HGC. They might have a lot more experience, played on the international stages, but they're also not nearly practicing as much as we do these days. So let's exploit that and try to do our best here and try to take them down. Make also has to retreat. It's 4 kills to 3 now. We have the first triple altar phase coming up. Down to the bottom of the map. Heroth again escaping before Smexy can land a stun on him. On level 4, we now got the Loons Chosen. We also have the Ring of Leech. And it's going to be the 2-1 split, very likely, on the altars. And Captain Rex is already getting attacked here. Another quick jump. They're trying to go for Marcus. Mexi completes the channel. Good for him. So they get the first 4 shots already fired. And already the move for Drak here as Bambi is in trouble. But so is Jojo. But she gets away. Johanna nearly walked into Whoopi, but is able to escape. Captain Rex, on the other hand, got wrecked. So Rega is down. And, well, they were trying to get a counter kill, but they couldn't. Now we still have 2 altars up. And Maitrai, he's channeling, gets interrupted, but he will do that again. Whereas on the left side, Breeze is doing the same thing. So it is, as expected, a 2-to-1 trade, or it will be eventually. Blaze dies as they chased Whoopi towards the top lane. Sylvanas. Tyrande interrupted once again with the owl, but now they're also pushing the bottom of the map. So them trying to interrupt continuously at the top altar allowed them to push at the bot lane with 3 heroes. So they were really creating this opportunity to take the structures down a little bit. Johan still against Breeze and is a bit low, so Breeze is already following up for some extra damage and is gonna get that. Might get the kill here too, depends on the trade. So yes, there's the Iron Skin, but Breeze really was trying. Even the owl coming in here. So that's another one that you have to be really careful about. That could have been nasty. So yeah, gotta be careful. Breeze on Tyrell is no joke. Now with level 7 talents, Blaze hasn't made a choice yet, but we have the Surge of Light and we get the Moonlit Arrows for Tyrande. At the same time, the next objective will soon spawn, and this time we have a single altar at the bot lane. It's a tiny lead for now for Granit Gaming, but of course they're also trying to take control over that bot lane bell tower. And it's down to the camps again. Trying to go for the pumpkins. There is the vision. They're invading again. They're already rotating Urel down. They want these fights. They really want to bring these fights to Granit Gaming. And Whoopi isn't here. It's a 5 versus 4. And they're stealing it again. Or at least they're trying to. Azerite has already had to retreat. Breeze is low. Tries to jump out. Gets healed and survives. But the camp is stolen. So another pumpkin camp taken by the cats. Really well done. Yeah, very well done. So, for now, we got all the way up at the top. Maitrai soaking up the experience so that they don't lose out on anything here. They will have a level 10 at the same time as Granit Gaming. And they're already attempting to channel. Whoopi gets pressured. But the blue team is moving in from below and creating some space around the altar, which allows Smexy to start channeling here. And he gets the channel through, doesn't get interrupted. So that's a bit of a problem. Sanctification is already being used to keep everybody else alive in that little choke point fight. But for the cats, that means that while they are getting those kills and while they are able to do quite a bit of damage here in general, they are still struggling on the objective. It's 36 points, 228. Now, of course, this is a late game map, so late game momentum is everything. But it's an interesting back and forth, because if you look at the experience gain, for example, the mercenary experience for the cats is much, much higher. In fact, there's not a single mercenary camp that has been taken yet by Granit Gaming. They tried twice and lost their own camp twice in a row because the cats were willing to rotate in with the entire team and steal it away. But then, again, you're looking over to the minion experience, and that is where Whoopi with his Blaze on the side lane has done a bit of a better job and was able to do some work. So it's a nice back and forth here. Arrow comes out. They're trying to go for the kill. And Tyrande, as I said before, she is suffering. She is really suffering from that lack of survivability. So Smexy gets targeted and dies. They had a blessed shield that they could use. They had also the arrow from Hanzo, and they combined the two to just CC Tyrande. Nearly got an additional kill against some of the damage dealers on the blue team. But yep, that's pretty much that. 6 kills to 4 at the top. My try against Whoopi doing their thing, and down to the bottom of the map you got Captain Rax and Breeze still fighting their little battle here. In comes Johanna, girl on a mission. And with that we are also getting another little hit in, as they're trying to interrupt Captain Rax. Tyranda's again at the bot lane and is channeling. They're just doing way better controlling these objectives, I gotta say. They are always able to split somebody off and the rest of the team survives long enough. But there's now the blessed shield. They're trying to go for the kill. Sanctification! Whoopi missing the jet propulsion as Johanna gets healed by Rhaegar's Ancestral. But now there's another altar up and Granit Gaming is here for it. They really want to put that point onto the board and they're doing whatever they can to pull farther ahead on the core points. It's already 36 to 24. Both teams on level 12. Now Lunara is down. The arrow is completely missing. Narrowly missed the target and is straight on the way to North America. As we got My Try dancing around the bot. They're losing the bell tower now too. If they rotate for the bell tower, they should be able to push this in now. They got level 13 talents. The red team doesn't have that yet, and Lunara is also down, so that's the perfect opportunity to poke this into oblivion. They're looking great here, and they're already dancing behind the bell tower, trying to focus on Rhaegar. Yeah, pushing this way past him. Hireth is low, jumps out. Whoopi has to bunker up, needs to retreat here, and does get sucked in by the Condemn, but they are able to escape at least for a short period of time. Azerite was nearly biting it here, but they get the bell tower. They have everybody still in play. Azerite still low, but still being healed by Smexy, so they survive the fight. They take the bell tower. They got the altar too. It's 36 to 20 points now on the core, and things are looking good for Granit Gaming. Things are definitely looking much better in game number 2 now. But with that, we now have finally this is the first camp that they take. Applause! They took their camp. Guys, it's unbelievable. It only took them 10 minutes, but they finally have taken a pumpkin camp. Good for them. Took a bit longer than expected here, but hey, credit where credit is due. So, we got 5 kills to 6. Still a very close series between the two teams. The arrow hitting. They're going for Cassia, and Azerite is murdered. And look at Smexy. Tyrande is like, ah, why me? Yeah, that's a kill. Karen is dead. The Karen of the Storm has been eliminated. She wanted to talk to the manager, but they all ganged up on her and dropped her quickly. So now, of course, they've been forced off that bell tower again, but look what's happening at the top in the meantime. Whoopi was trying to sneak a channel in on the right side altar, but couldn't complete it, so now he has to quickly move back from this one. But it's only 3 shots that are going to be fired here, because they couldn't retake that bell tower. So 33 to 17 points on the core now. And still 1 altar is up for grabs, so they could finally try and take that here. Yeah. If they get a second one too, that would be big for them. Sylvanas taking the camp at the bottom, so that's another 3 points that are threatened. And if nobody deals with that bot lane, if they can extend that fight at the top for long enough, then those 3 pumpkins will make it through. So that would be value there already, but it seems like the red team has realized that this is unlikely to happen, so they're falling back quickly, and the pumpkins should be stopped. But that's 5 shots fired towards the core, 33 against 12 points. Lunara dying on the retreat. The rest of the team arrives at least in time to stop the pumpkins from connecting. But of course it allows the push in the middle, and with Sylvanas you have an easy access to that bell tower, especially with the double camp that they now have, and they can take this one as well. And the rest of the team has moved down to the bottom of the map to protect the bell tower here, so it can't even be retaken by the cats. So Johan nearly falls, but the bad news is really more so that it's 6 bell towers to 2. So the only remaining structure that we have for the cats is the top bell tower. That's all that they can really have now. 16 talents are already in play, and this is just putting an enormous amount of pressure onto the cats. This is a fantastic situation for Granit Gaming. They really want that win in game number 2. And it's very understandable, of course. This might be a best of 5, but you don't want to fall behind with an 0-2. And map number 1 must have been pretty annoying for them. I mean, let's face it. That first map, oof, that was a close call. So a lot of time is now being used by the Cats to get the bell tower in the middle. They're also moving in to claim the one at the bottom of the map. The blue team willing to give them up in exchange for the boss. So that's another 4 points off the Cats' core, which means that they are now down to single digits. And you all know what that means. With only 8 points remaining, if 2 of those altars are now being channeled by the blue team, then it's over. Oh, that hurt. The arrow literally going through the gap. Oh, that is a big cooldown that they used and got nothing out of. And the Blessed Shield was also used just a second earlier. This is a bad start into the big fight. Because there's a lot of interrupt tools that can be used by Granit Gaming. And it should be an exchange at the top left, 1 for 1. And then they're going to be down to a single point on the altar. Marco doesn't even try to channel as long as he knows he's here. So now they're attacking on 2 fronts at once. 4 shots have been fired and they're down to 4 points. Cassia is dead though, so that's a great move by the Cats. That's making it much more likely that they can fight another day here. Sanctification is still up. Keep in mind they can cheese this a little bit. If Breeze comes in and cheeses it with Sanctification, they can try and make a play here. And they know that too. And there it is! They try with the Sanct. And they mistimed it a little bit. Oh, that kind of hurt. And now Sylvanas is dead. Breeze is getting chased and he's gonna die too. 29 points, 2-4 on the core. Oh boy. But let's take another... Oh, that arrow. Yeah, okay, that's another dead hero. Smexy's dead. As I said, there is a downside to picking Tyrande. Now let's look at this again. So they were trying to cheese it around the altar. Breeze moving in, trying to sank it up to make the invulnerability. But look at the timing from Heroes here. Pitch perfect. Like, both of them interrupted it so well just as it stopped. And now the bottom bell tower gets taken. And guess what? The Cats are looking for momentum again. So the Cats are currently trying to just roll this with momentum. And look at how far ahead they are now in experience. That's another 5 shots fired, so now it's 24 to 4 points, but they are more than 2 levels ahead and they have nearly full bell tower control. I mean, I honestly don't want to say it, but the writing might be on the wall here. Maybe the Cats are able to turn another game around. They're already using their dominant position at the bot lane to secure this bell tower a little bit further. 56,000 damage by Hanzo, and they are aiming once more for those pumpkins and trying to take the camps here. Next boss is, by the way, up in 2 minutes 30, so that's not going to become a big risk anytime soon. Blessed Shield into an arrow! They get the kill on Tyrael! Oh, Tyrael is dead and they still hold on to that bell tower. Now the good news for Granit Gaming is that the next altar phase will only spawn a single altar. So that's already good news. Would be much worse if it would be another double altar phase. So right now we have 14 kills, 2-6, and the camps are being taken. They were so incredibly close to winning the game right then and there, and I don't really think they expected to be in the situation that they're in right now, where they are again on the back foot. There's 6 pumpkins now moving through the bot lane. No! Whoopee! They get both! Both heroes falling in the middle, and pumpkins are moving through. Check this one out. Both of them are low here initially. They're all dancing around this. Now, by the way, Sylvanas is also in trouble. They're trying to get to Greedy here. Make might die. Make dies as well. He's dead too. They lost 3 heroes. Guys, this is starting to become a little bit of a disaster here. Now, obviously, they've still been able to buy some time to get to level 20, but they're losing too much ground and they're losing it too quickly. They have to consolidate their forces and make sure that they're getting 5 people at the same time onto the map. So they're actually killing some of the pumpkins. Breeze dodging out on the arrow. Well done. And they got all of the pumpkins. Holy shit. Smexy and Breeze. That was big. That was really big. 5 shots are fired as the altar gets channeled. It's 14 points to 4 now. So we went from, I think, 33 points to 4 to 14 to 4. But level 20 will now be available for Granit Gaming. And they should have level They should have 5 on the map. 40 seconds. By that time, Sylvanas is back 2, and they have 3 bell towers now to 5. So the situation is a little bit better than it was previously, especially with them have level 20, as long as they don't lose anybody right now. But the momentum is still there for the Cats. Like, the Cats are really, really trying to bring it here. This is a late game map. We have been talking about it every single time that this map is being played. And every single time I have people that are like, yeah, whatever, you can't lose this anymore, blah, blah. And we're always ending up in situations like this one. Oh, boy. So, yeah, here we are. We have the bot lane slowly attacked, Breeze and Make leading the charge here with the rest of the team. They're going to burn this one down very, very quickly. Next phase is a double altar up at the top. Reclaiming bot lane is much more important than losing the middle. Again, rule of thumb as usual, the more camps travel, the more mercenary camps travel through a lane, the more important the lane is to the game. So reclaiming the bot lane is important. There's 2 pumpkin camps here. Condemn, pulling them into the arrow. Azerite in trouble. The sanctification and the bunker, keeping them alive. Oh boy, the Cats, they're showing their claws here. They're really trying to force this right now. They're trying to fight here. And they're fighting all of this underneath the bell tower. Double altars are now up. Nobody has died yet. But again, if Granit Gaming gets only 1 altar, then the Cats will be down to a single point on their core. So here we are. Lulnara is already getting interrupted. Drake is repositioning quickly, but this time they won't be able to interrupt him any longer. So now it's a battle for the left one. 5 shots have been fired, single digits on the core. 9 points to 4. That's where we're standing now. As on the right side of the map, another channel is about to happen, and it seems that Granit Gaming isn't willing to fight. They don't have bunker, they don't have the sanctification. They're interrupting again. Breeze might be in trouble. Jumps back out, but gets immediately welcomed by quite a bit of damage. Here comes the Condemn. Marker, they are all low. The red team is dominating that battle as we speak. Blaze with a bunker in 2 more seconds. Another arrow that misses. Whoopi was trying to escape. They were trying to take him on. And here come the interrupts. Captain Rex gets hit by the owl. Marker! He's in trouble! And he's dead! Sylvanas is dead. The blessed shield misses. Whoopi, can he bunker up? He can. Where's the sanctification when you need it? It's right there, but it's too late. Oh boy, this could be game. The boss is up, everybody. The boss is up. They go for Smexy. Another kill. The fuck is happening? The Cats with a mad rampage as they're taking Granit Gaming down. They are absolutely crushing them here. 4 heroes are dead. They want the last remaining one. A 5-man team wipe as they take Cassia apart. And this is the opportunity. All they gotta do is take 1 bell tower, channel the altar, and then go for the boss. That's all they gotta do here. All they gotta do is take this middle one, start the channel, hero this at it, and go for the boss. This has to be game. This is game. There is no way to stop this. A 2-0 lead in this series for the Cats. They do it again. They take Granit Gaming down in the late game. Unbe-fucking-leavable. How is this even possible? Granit Gaming was so far ahead, but the Cats are victorious on Towers of Doom and take the 2-0 lead in the best of 5. Granit Gaming cannot be happy about what's going on here. 2 maps in a row. They were heavily in the lead, and then they lose in the late game. Game number 1, they were trying to snipe that keep. They sacrificed 2 heroes for it. It was a bit too much, and they got kind of snowballed. But right now, we had on Towers of Doom an incredible lead for the blue team, where I think they were ahead with 33 points to 4. And they lose it because the late game snowball avalanche that we have on Towers of Doom was too much for them to handle. And the Cats are playing out of their minds. I mean, guys, I don't know what to tell you, but this is the 3rd best of 5 that they are playing. They already dominated going up against Inding Farubi and then massacred the MC Academy. Now, in this series, that was supposed to be, you know, the big obstacle before it goes into a potential final match against Team Rage Quit. But they are pulling ahead with a 2-0. And Granit Gaming is sitting there and they're probably thinking like, what the fuck is happening? They were so far ahead and doing really well. And it actually changed their ban pattern. At least for Tomb of the Spider Queen. So over here, they're now banning out Garrosh and they're letting go of the Lucio ban and instead ban out Johanna. So Granit Gaming has to win 3 in a row now, which is possible for them. And again, keep in mind, this is a team of players that might not be training as much as other teams that these days just play more Heroes of the Storm, but they are quite experienced and they know how to deal with a situation like this. They're not going to be sitting here totally freaking out or anything. They have been in a spot like this before and they know that they just need to keep calm and just do their thing, and then it might happen or it might not. But either way, there's a big opportunity now for the Cats to move to the final best of 5 against Team Rage Quit. And obviously Team Rage Quit is watching all of this. And, well, they are well aware that if they have to go up against the Cats, if Granit Gaming doesn't make the comeback here, that they gotta be careful. But good stuff from the Cats for sure. These guys have been playing out of their mind now in this gauntlet. And we'll see if it works out for them. Now Lucio is up. Don't forget about that. We have still bans on Sylvanas and on Junkrat. Urel and Lunara picked early. They really want to play with their Lunara here multiple times now. Here comes a new Burak and we get Chromie. So it's already a bit reminiscent of what we've seen in game number 1 that they're playing currently. They have Chromie for the poke from afar, also good interrupts. It gives them additional vision that they can utilize too whenever there's a turn-in being threatened by the other team. But yeah, quite the series. If you would have told me that the Cats would pull ahead with a 2-0 like this, I wouldn't have believed you. Especially not in the fashion that it happened, with the blue team being ahead twice and then being defeated in the late game. Normally with these experienced Heroes of the Storm teams, it's exactly the opposite. In the early game, you might suffer against an opponent that has a bit more practice than you and puts in more training, but then in the late game, all of the experience kicks in, all of the knowledge about how to rotate, when to rotate, how to outplay the opponent a bit is so valuable that most of these established teams of experienced players can then really turn the table on somebody. Here it's the exact opposite. In the early game, we have Granit Gaming dominating, and then later on the Cats are just establishing momentum whenever there's a bit of a mistake being made by the blue team. But yeah, either way, we are on Tomb now, so the ban on Sergeant Hammer and also Hanzo. And the next double pick here. Rega and Diablo. So Lucio has in no way been addressed yet, traditionally been banned here. Could honestly still be picked too, if you really feel that you want to. Allow still for the quick rotations between the lanes here. But how aggressive are they going to get with this? And what is Maka, for example, going to pick here now? With Chromie already taken, outside of that I would have said he could play one of his mages. But instead we're now getting Stukov for Smexy. And Maka is playing Falstad, so we got them with the Gust. Could also try for isolation plays with the Cocoon into a Gust, not all that common anymore, but still. And the final pick on the red team side in the first match point for the Cats. First match point out of possible 3. What is Herath going to get for them? They are very hesitant on that final pick. Running down the clock, and it is Taika. So they decide in favor of the Renegade. Let's go, guys. It could be the last map. It could be the first step for a big comeback, for a reverse sweep in favor of Granit Gaming. Let's find out together on Tomb of the Spider Queen. The blue team starting off game number 3 with Maka on Falstad, Wooby on Blaze, Breeze is playing a Nubarak again, same as in game number 1, and we have Smexy with a follow-up Lurking Arm after the stun initiation on Stukov. Azerite playing with Chromie, so he's going to be responsible for a lot of the damage, as on the right side of the map the Cats have a chance to move on to the next best of 5 of this tournament. Captain Rex on Rega, Drakia on Lunara, we have Mitra and Urel, Herath on Tychus, and Johan is playing Diablo. The big question, will this be the final map, or is it just the beginning of a reverse sweep? We have, of course, a lot of pressure now on the blue team. They want to go to Paris. Can they? This is a bigger obstacle than they probably expected. So now they are trying for that 5 versus 5 battle at the beginning of the game. And a lot of hits and blows were exchanged, but nobody died yet. So, for now, We have a lot of damage here in the middle. It's all about the rotation, of course, trying to dominate the wave clear. You try to take your opponent's wave down, you move on to the next lane, try to catch somebody on the rotation too if you can. And they are using some extra resources at the bot lane than usual. Trying to threaten Mitrai a little bit here. Up to the top. Breeze doing his thing. And of course, by now, we also have Chromie utilizing her level 1, trying to get as much vision as she can. And that's one of the important things on the map. You want to have a lot of vision. You want to make sure that you know when your opponent is trying to turn in. Maybe see if somebody is very much so alone, traveling between lanes, gets caught by one of the traps, can be ganked up upon, and get advantages this way. Just resetting, making sure that you fully focus on the map. We already have the first mercenary camp taken. Blaze got attacked a bit at the bottom of the map. They were attempting to go and gank up on him, as we have now 2 heroes focusing on the siege giants. So while the mercenary camp on the left side is taken by Granit Gaming, they are going for the bruisers. We now have, down here at the bottom of the map, the siege giants, more so focused by the red team. Nice positioning also from Mitrai, blocking this off so that nobody could contest the spot. Therefore, the rotation that was undergoing from Granit Gaming was a bit too late, and the siege giants are taken. And well, talk about taking things, they're taking the stuns here. Hits are coming as all of them drop on Tychus. So Hirath was the target. It wasn't that close to dying, but it was definitely getting there. They're also attempting for Chromie, and Azerite, he is quite low. He's still getting a few shots out here. Yeah, level 4 is in, and they got the early talent. Use that to pressure the middle, and thanks to the camp that they have here, they were able to severely damage some of the towers, even though they couldn't take any of them down yet. Gems are, of course, accumulated by both teams. So that's what's happening here. Down to the bottom of the map, we still got Wooby soloing it up against Mitrai. We had to pop his fountain cooldown too. And here Smexy is already going for a rotation with Falset, just trying to apply additional pressure thanks to the global mobility that he has. And they're actually going to get the kill. Mitrai is low. Unless he gets his cooldown back, he's dead. And wow, he got 1 cooldown back. Couldn't quite hop out. I honestly thought that they had enough to drop him here. That would have been 11 gems off the board for the red team, unless Drakia could have moved in and recovered them. But it was a nice attempt, but at the end of the day, in vain. So they couldn't really do anything here. We got the Master Assassin on level 4 for Tychus once more to simply get the extra oomph on the passive. Not so much about completing the quest than it is about activating the passive ability for Odin more so than anything else. So whenever you're popping your ult, you're going to have mad value. Turn-ins are slowly happening now on the side of the blue team, so Granit Gaming is trying to secure those gems whenever they can. And down to the bottom of the map, still our 1v1 situation, as we're getting that. On the right side, finally the camp is taken. Took them a bit to focus on the bruiser camp. Honestly, I think by this time... Nah, still 2 minutes. I was about to say, it feels like the blue team's camp is going to be up in a few more seconds, but it's another 2 minutes before that's going to be the case. Breeze gets attacked. Oh, that could have been the first kill of the game. We're 4 minutes in, and we haven't seen anybody fall yet. Down to the bot lane. Still not a single gem, by the way, turned in by the red team. So Wooby is delivering. They're going to get the first Web Weaver wave. Yep. So the objective has been taken. Breeze still needs to dash out, but it also means that there's a lot of gems that are being held by the red team, and that could become a problem. Now, if you are able to get a kill with that Web Weaver push and deny a few gems to your opponent, then there's a potential snowball that you could start to slowly initiate here. So it's definitely a bit of a threat. Now, Mitrai is already jumping in. We're having still everybody else just moving between lanes, trying to determine where exactly the action is going to be the thickest. 2 heroes are focusing on the bot lane now. Massive stuns into the corner. Oh my god, Smexy can't move. Smexy cannot move. They completely blocked him off here, yet no path. Absolutely no path of escape here. And that is the end of Stukov. He's the first blood in the game. That's a big problem, of course, now, since the defense now became so much easier for them. But their counter kill against Tychus, and Macke is apparently able to escape. A couple of the gems are lost. Mitrai still trying to escape here, but with the death of Tychus, it also means that a few gems were not recovered. And they're looking for more. They're looking for Diablo. If they can get the kill here too, that is another step into the right direction for Granit Gaming in a potential game number 4. But the doggy goes for the cockroach and takes him down. 31 gems. You gotta keep him alive. More shots fired as Chromie is trying to take down Diablo. We were hoping to get more kills than that, but it didn't quite work out. 2 kills to 1 now in favor of the Cats, and they're already pulling ahead in experience. The wall has been destroyed at the bot lane. In the middle of the map, a similar picture, but not a single fort has suffered or been destroyed during that first push with the objective. Ooh boy, yeah, here we go. We got still an attempt to go for Macke, and he has 30 gems, and the chicken has been plucked. I never realized that the dwarf got kicked off when he was killed there. There you see. But they get a little bit more damage in at the bot lane, but with Falstad now ending up in the KFC basket as a bunch of chicken wings, that also means that 14 gems were lost to the blue team. Level 10 abilities are now giving us Odin and Apocalypse. Heroic abilities finally ready for Granit Gaming too, but the turn-in has happened. So we have a turn-in for the Cats. They want to go for the 3-0. They want to go for the big 3-0 here, and well, they could pull that off. So they're trying to go for kills again. 3 kills to 1 so far. Diablo gets attacked. Diablo, uh-oh, he's in trouble. And he might die. Rhaegar messed up the timing a little bit, and that is the end of Dibbles. Gust had to be used against Drak here since Macke was about to fall, but now they're trying to go for the doggy down here. But seems like Bambi realized she has a chance to take Falstad down again and successfully pulled that off. At the bottom of the map, they're also making a dive for Whoopi, who still has the bunker available, so he should be able to get out of this. But they might lose that fort, so a lot of damage being done here by the Cats now. Yeah, and Odin is ready as well. So they're all diving away from this, but Smexy, yeah, he's dead. Smexy is dead, so is Chromie. Guys, what the fuck is happening with the Cats? I mean, so far we thought, honestly, when we were talking about the Cats throughout the entire season, that we're talking, you know, I mean, let's be honest. We thought we were talking about a couple of tame house cats that barely were like showing their claws and scratching anybody. Now they're turning into a bunch of bobcats, tigers, or lions or whatever, because they are murdering. They've been murdering in the first 2 best of 5s, and now they are threatening to take Granit Gaming down with a 3-0. I mean, are you fucking kidding me? What's happening here? Like, these guys have been pretty much just sandbagging the entire season, have been finding themselves on the 7th place, and now in best of 5s, they're all of a sudden just absolutely unloading on the opponents. 6 kills to 2. They're looking absolutely fantastic here. And they are, of course, not in a position where they are having a guaranteed victory here, far from it. But they're doing their best to really bring the pain. Nice timing from Breeze on the escape. Here comes the Cocoon. Gust has been used too. They're trying to force the fight, but Anubarak is still a bit in trouble. Captain Rax on Rhaegar is also moving back into the fight after initially he became the target of the aggression of the blue team. Web Weavers are on the prowl again as they're pushing through those lanes and aiming for a second fort to be destroyed. The talent advantage that we're seeing for the Cats is obviously helpful too. Falstad, by the way, top damage in the game so far. Web Weavers, bot lane, top lane, still completely uncontested. And here in the middle, the fort has taken damage. So here we are, another fort about to fall, and Granit Gaming is getting pushed farther back. That's the second fort of the game that gets destroyed. Down to the bottom of the map, Whoopi now has 32 gems, so they cannot lose him. Have to really keep him alive here. And, well, as a push in the mid lane as they're hoping to destroy the final fort. And there's no reason why they wouldn't be able to do that with Odin being used. Yeah, here comes the attack against Blaze, but Rhaegar, he gets caught. The dog goes down, and Diablo might now die too. The gust, yeah, that was actually a pretty nice one. Maybe a little bit later than this, but they gusted after they used the temporal loop on Diablo, and they isolated it completely from the rest of the team. And that led to another kill. So let's take a quick look at that. There's the gust, and then they could get the kill on Diablo pretty easily. Now they also have the chance to go for the boss. So this is more of a back and forth play that we now see. Finally a few kills for Granit Gaming as they moved in took down Rhaegar, dropped Diablo, opened an opportunity at the top. They can turn in, and they just did, and they go for the boss too. So we get Web Weavers, and we get the boss, and there's finally some momentum. Falset is trying to make sure that those Web Weavers don't start all the way back to the base, and he is going to make that happen. Even here, they're trying to take the minions down. So yeah, good for them. Web Weavers are going to travel all the way to the right to threaten the fort. And with the rest, they can now push through the mid lane. Bot lane, not going to be too helpful, as Siege Giants have been taken there too. So if Blaze takes them down, there's some potential. But outside of that, it is the middle and the top lane that are getting focused the most. So here we go. At this point, we already have a big push coming in. There goes the fort. That one's down. 4 kills to 6, and they get the fort in the middle of the map too. It is momentum time. Granit Gaming has woken up, it seems. They've finally woken up a bit. Then again, if you're thinking about it, game number 1, game number 2 look very good for them, and they have been heavily in the lead. So now they have to honestly play this through to the end and be diligent about what they do here, and not all of a sudden think they've already won it. Somebody pointed out earlier that this map has a throw pit, so be a little bit careful about that in the late game. But yeah. For now, we got already the attack at the bot lane, top side. Forest that is trying to split push. They have the early level 16 talent. Epicenter is in. And we got at the bottom of the map, in the middle, also even more aggression happening. Yeah, good stuff. So, at this point, we have a pretty significant lead in structures. Actually, we don't. Structures were dead even. Second turning could now happen, or at least they could get close. I thought that they had still some forts staying, but no, they don't. It's 24 points on the core. It's 24,000 damage for Lunara against the 30,000 for Falstad, and we have now 6 kills to 4 with level 16 on both sides. So here we are. So we'll see how this is going to work out. On the left side, already we got the camp taken as they're pushing through the middle again. Yeah, there's a quick hit. Johan is in trouble once again, but Breeze is down pretty deep. Breeze needs to be careful. He is very much so alone right now and gets targeted right away. The bunker saves his ass, but that got dangerous very quickly. It was a solid performance by Johan as he put him in trouble, but the Ancestral is too late. And down goes Urel. And Urel had a few gems for them. So now they are down to 18 gems. They definitely lost quite a bit here. So there's a turn-in opportunity on the horizon for Granit Gaming, but the Cats, they are still in trouble. 5 kills to 6, and in trouble, I mean, they've lost too many gems, so recovering those is going to be tricky for them, and the push with the camp through the mid lane could now cost them the first keep of the game. So that's a problem. That is a big problem right there. Already, we're having the attack. 5 kills to 16. The chance to go for the keep. I don't think they can take it. They just don't have heroes that are that good at taking structures down. If you can just posture with Chromie for a long time, she can of course safely poke the hit points down on the fort, but they just don't have that sustainability here right now. And still, in experience, the two teams are fairly even. It's all about the turn-ins at this point in time. So the blue team is turning in whatever they can. They're missing another 3 before they get another turn-in. And they got those gems. Falstad has them, so he could move in and deliver. Another camp is now claimed at the bottom of the map. And here we go. Another move. Marcus coming in and takes this one. Blue team with another Web Weaver wave, and of course another opportunity to take that keep. But this is a late game, and this is for some reason where Granit Gaming, the team that you would expect to excel in the late game, has struggled in game number 1 and 2. So can they put this first point on the board? The Cats can still turn this one around. So here we are. We have the bot lane. This one's not going to do too much. Double catapult and siege giants. They're going to defend this. Top and mid lane, those are the important ones. Top and mid lane. So here we go. 5 kills, 2-6, half a level ahead. Granit Gaming with the opportunity. Here's their chance to take the keeps down, to take the momentum. The top Web Weaver is still doing work. Down here, the fight is starting up. Johan once again. Yeah, they're trying to, again, Falstad with the Gust. Every time we are seeing Chromie with the ult, Falstad is ready with the Gust to go for the full isolation, even the Cocoon on Rhaegar to prevent an Ancestral. They're getting Diablo, they're getting Rhaegar, they're dropping both of them, and they're also going for the quick hit on Urel, but this time she pops the ult in time. top keep is losing hit points. The one in the middle is miraculously still standing. And this one might be safe too. Guys, they are still holding on to this. 7 kills to 7. Blue team is now jumping into the mid lane again. They take the keep down and up off the top. Oh my god, this is again so close. This is the moment when you gotta ask yourself, should Market just fly in and take it? But they have probably bad memories of what happened in game number 1 when they sacrificed a few heroes to take a keep down. But there is a boss up on the map, and this is exactly where we're having the cats now. And the vision is there. Chromie came through and provided the vision. It's a 4 versus 4. Johan gets caught. Uh-oh, Diablo doesn't have the souls, and he dies. Diablo down, losing his souls again, and they might get Urel now too. There's the level 20. Urel is dead, and so is Lunara. Yep, here we go. Actually, Diablo didn't lose the soul. Sorry, my bad. He wasn't at 100. He's at 64 now. So, yep, he is down for the entire duration. And indeed, the keep falls. And they, of course, want to go for core now. This is an opportunity to finally put a point onto the board for Granit Gaming and start this reverse sweep that they're, of course, hoping for. The question is always if the cats are going to allow it. This is only the first match point for the cats, but it seems like at least here in Tomb of the Spider Queen, they are not going to be able to turn the game around as they were able to do on Battlefield of Eternity and Towers of Doom. This is a victory for Granit Gaming. There's no denying it anymore. Granit takes the game. They win map number 3 against the cats as we are about to head into game number 4 between the two teams here at the Masters Clash. All direct pass, game number 4. Finally a point on the board for Granit Gaming. So we have the cats victorious on map 1 and 2. Their first match point, they weren't able to convert it into a victory. And now they chose the map. So they opted for all direct pass as the map. And I'm interested to see how this is going to end for them now. Because this is, again, a map where we could see some sneaky plays and picks. It's a late game map, and they've been playing on Volskaya and some other maps with these Zebo variations. They could try and do that here too. Again, the ban on Garrosh. Oh, and it's Rhaegar. Okay, so they let Lucio go through. They might actually be the ones going for Lucio here, thinking about it. But at least initially, they ban out Rhaegar now that he has been a consistent pick for Captain Rex. And obviously, there is still this one camp that is very much so important in the mid lane. But yeah, it's also a map where I could totally see the Haka being picked for Granit Gaming, where Forza can play a big role. Any kind of globals are going to be important. Keep in mind that the ban against the Nubarak doesn't only have to do with Breeze being heavily effective with him on map 1 and map number 3, but also with the fact that with the Nubarak, you can cheese the objective. You can move over as a single hero towards the camp, spawn a couple of beetles, and try and sneak the prisoner camp. So that's something you can do with pretty much no other hero in the game right now, at least not with no other tank. Masquerade has been doing that a lot for Team aka Chili Mountain, and others have started to copy that style. So that's why Nubarak is more and more becoming a regular ban on this map. So we got Sylvanas and we got Hogger at the early picks. Brightwing is played by Smexy, which means that Lucio is still up for grabs if one of the teams wants him. Could be an additional ban. What about the Haka though? I really want to see what would be picked, because Blaze is up too. We got Hogger already. You could go for Blaze, but if you want to play the global, then the Haka is also a good pick for you. So that's something that they can do now too. But here's the birdie, and they go for Murden. Okay, so they got Falstad. They don't necessarily need the Haka anymore. He's still an option for them if they want to run a double global strategy here. I mean, technically it would be a triple global because you have Brightwing too. Not quite the same wave clear that you get from other heroes in that role, but still. And Muradin starting things up, so they have a Stormbolt already. They got Brightwing that they can use with the Polymorph. And what's now getting banned? Side lane, right? No, Chromie. They're done with Chromie. Yep, apparently they are done with the Chromester. Chromie is gone. What do you ban out against the red team now? I mean, they could ban the front line again. They already banned Garrosh, and Nubarak is gone. Muradin is picked. You have Diablo open and Johanna. Likely it's going to be one of the 2 picks. I guess outside of that, maybe Tyrael. But you could definitely try and target Johan a bit more on the front line, if you're worried about that. But they go for Lunara. So they're actually really thinking about what have been the picks that have been played the most now by the Cats, not only in today's series, but also in what they did yesterday. And they played a lot of Lunara, they played a lot of Rhaegar, so they're targeting them directly here. Lucio now gets taken. Again, he doesn't get banned. Blaze also. Ooh. Now it gets interesting. I don't think we're going to get the Blaze main tank variation, not on this map. So they're going to go for a triple front line with Hogger, Blaze, and Johan on the main tank. And what are the final 2 picks here? Is it going to be a Yrel or a Dehaka for Whoopi? Those are probably the most likely wants to take. Ah, it's hammer time. Got banned the entire time. Now it's the one map where they don't ban it, and now we get Azerite on Sergeant Hammer. So Whoopi on Yrel, Muradin by Breeze, and Hammer to protect him. And Johan, yeah, off we go. We got the final pick coming in for map number 4. Is it going to be a reverse sweep? Are they going to continue with that? Do they force map number 5, or will it end here? Tyrael gets taken, Sanctification plus Bunker, and off we go, everybody. Aldrich Pass, map number 4, between the Cats and Granit Gaming. Game number 4, Granit Gaming. We got Macke on Falstad, Whoopi on Yrel, and there's Breeze on Muradin, Azerite on Sergeant Hammer, and Smexy is playing Brightwing. On the right side of the map, in the meantime, we have the Cats, of course, with the second match point now. Dracula is playing Sylvanas. They changed their style slightly, as they're now playing 3 frontliners. Maitri on Blaze, Hirath on Hogger, and we got Johan with the Sanctification incoming on level 10 with Tyrael. As we got Captain Rex on Lucio. So, good first step, for sure, from the boys in blue, as they were taking one map. Can they do it again, though? That's the next question here. So yeah, time will tell. For now, of course, it's all about them just trying to push at the bot lane a little bit, while Whoopi at the top is trying to hold off Sylvanas. So both of the teams have a couple of heroes that can definitely be very, very annoying and a bit of a problem, as they're just trying to stop all of this. But yep, Hogger is dead. Dying at the top lane to Whoopi solo. 1v3, and he's able to get a kill on Hogger. I mean, that just can't happen. So that tower is definitely going to fall. But at the bottom of the map, we're seeing a similar picture, as you can tell right now. And it's honestly a little bit of a meme that Hogger died here. I mean, are you for real? How the hell did that happen? That should definitely not have been a thing here. Now, Azerite, he's getting the hits in and is destroying the entire wall, as the other heroes on lane are keeping him safe. At the same point, top side, Whoopi is still holding on to all of this. Yeah, so Whoopi is protecting all of that. He's just like, yeah, I'm gonna just pressure Sylvanas a little bit, have fun with that. So far, not an issue for him. He's definitely buying time for the team. The push topside is much, much slower than what we're seeing down here. Maitri is doing his best to at least stun the Sergeant out a few times, but it's not really working the way that they're intending. Now, the good news is that this camp was taken in the meantime, and we've been going in previous games a lot about how important this camp is and how crucial it is that you take it whenever you can, that you always make that move. But yeah, Sylvanas is finally taken out at the top. Falstad has been trying to move in to help them with this, but more importantly at the bot lane, the push here continues. Now, with Whoopi and Macke trying to stop the pressure at the top, it seems that Falstad could now die too, because Captain Rex can of course speed them up a little bit, and yep, that's the birdie gone. So that's 2 kills now. And 2 kills for 1 at this point in general. But off we go in the mid lane. That's where the camp is doing all this work. And this is exactly what I highlighted a little bit earlier. That camp is just so absolutely crucial. And it hasn't been taken by the blue team. They've been focusing on the bot lane. And for good reason. It destroyed the entire fort. So that's big. But they also need to make sure that they're getting at least this done here. And make sure that this fort does not fall. Talking about falling. Seems that Whoopi might be dying at the top lane again. They already have Sylvanas here to disable the fort. But they can't quite take the space. Go down. So there's not a lot of actual battles happening. There's a
lot of gank attempts as Brightwing is moving in, trying to use the polymorph. There's a couple of ganks happening too, but generally speaking, the main focus is that both of the teams are attempting to just push lanes and take some structures down. So the camp has, with a bit of a delay, been taken by the blue team as they're now pushing into the mid lane. 2 kills to 1 in favor of Granit. But yep, this is exactly where we are right now. In a situation where both of them are just desperately trying to accelerate this game by taking structures down, and up to this point at least, the winner is Granit Gaming. They took a fort down. That is some catapult pressure that they have, and let's not forget about the fact that they also run the only global in this game. So Falstad being able to go for the side lane pressure the way that he does at this point in time is already an asset for them, for sure. Now, we still have in the mid lane the camp pushing as well. Both of them are already taken here. Falstad is again in trouble, and he can't fly away, but he might get the kill on my try. That's the goal. Brightwing is even coming in, gets the cooldown back, and that's going to be the end of Blaze. Blaze is down, and yeah, that didn't work out the way that they envisioned it. So there's the kill. 3 kills to 1, and they continue the side lane pressure. Lulcio is realizing that this isn't going as planned, but he's still trying to dissuade Falstad from pushing this lane out further. There is a half-level lead by now for Granit Gaming, and they've been trying to go for the objective too, but at least that attempt was thwarted by Tyrael. Now, the party here continues, and they're trying to go for Azerite, but he's boosting away from this. We have him also with the Hover Siege mode at this point. Made the adjustment with the regenerative Biosteel on level 4. Oh, Drag here, and another kill. Yeah, Sylvanas is starting to become an absolute punching bag. Died now twice. They lost Hogger, they lost Blaze, so the team is definitely in a bit of trouble. And Azerite, with the mobility that his level 7 talent gives him, is now becoming a bigger threat to the Cats, and is, as you can tell, pushing aggressively at the top lane, trying to take the wall down too. So yeah, things are definitely looking very, very good this early on for Granit Gaming. They're also having Falstad dealing with the next camp, and they are waiting for level 10 to be hit. No real attempts are being made yet for the objective. It's really just centering around Sylvanas and her push attempts. I want to say at this point she's mainly being used to defend against the Sergeant, but Azerite is at least the one that is just continuing the pressure time and time again. They took the fort down very early on. Now they're about to hit level 10. And that's when they're going to get a bit further on all of this too. So level 10 abilities are ready. That gives us the Napalm. They're trying to go for Drag here once more. Breeze, does he land the Stormbolt? Drag is in real trouble. Yeah, Stormbolt does not connect, but they're isolating Sylvanas fully. She cannot escape and dies for the 3rd time in this game. No level 10 abilities for the red team. Makes, of course, all of this quite difficult. And, as I said, it just continues. The Haymaker play against Captain Rex, and Lucio gets maybe out? No. Mace to the face, was trying to escape and couldn't. They kill Falstad, but they pay the price as Tyrael gets also killed. And as all of this still plays out in the mid lane, at the top we had the Sergeant pull even further. Nearly getting a kill on Hogger, so Azerite gets healed by Brightwing, but that was nearly an additional kill for the Sergeant. And they're just not letting up on the destruction of the fort. But of course here in the mid lane, this one has taken some damage too. It's time for the objective as well, as we finally have a move made by the blue team. And they are, as you can see now, desperately attempting to get the objective again. So yeah, that might work out for them. Locking this one in, dropping it easily. And things are looking good. So they got the lead here, only 10 seconds left. They should be able to get this eventually. The top fort has also fallen, so that's the second one of the major structures that got eliminated. Yeah, and they're definitely looking at a really, really nice position here. I mean, again, they are taking the lead here for sure. Doing actual work in all of this and making it really, really tricky for the opponent to get a foothold. But not for lack of trying, because with level 10 abilities of their own, what we're now finally getting is the Cats with an approach towards the objective. So they went Judgment, by the way, so no Sanctification. They went full Judgment on this. And are now trying to get the first objective. And you know what? They might actually be able to pull it off. Yeah, they're not looking too bad here. So they're getting closer and closer. And if the blue team doesn't hurry up, they are going to lose out on this one. They're trying to take it on their side as well. But here comes Judgment. And it's a win for the Cats. Not only do they get kills on Brightwing on Mirrodin, but they also get the objective. Not bad. After it looked absolutely fantastic for the opponent, what we now have instead is an easy move made by the red team as they are trying to close this gap in experience. I mean, as you can tell here, we have 7 to 4 kills, still level 13 as an advantage, but the situation has definitely changed in the sense that now there's an opportunity for the Cats to get some counter damage on structures. They lost 2 forts already, and maybe now they can at least use some of these raiders to take a few structures down. They're already working on exactly that. And here in the middle, it seems they can take 1 fort down. Up at the top, it all continues as they're aiming to drop this one too. And that's definitely possible, so they have a shot here. Yeah, but now Mark is here, the rest of the team rotates in, and Hirath realizes that he won't be able to do it on his own. But they are still busy at the bottom of the map, and here things might look a little bit better for them. Yeah, so here they're doing exactly that. They break through the wall, through the gate, try to take this down. And I gotta say, it's kind of fun. So they're really battling this out as best they can at this point. 13 to 14, nearly even experience for the two teams here. But yeah, it's a pretty entertaining one. Obviously, another victory would be fan-fucking-tastic for the Cats, because it would mean that they move on to the next and final round in this gauntlet and face off against Team Rage Quit to determine which one of the teams makes it to Paris. But for Granit Gaming, they want to go to the offline event, and they're really trying at this comeback. They did not expect to lose 2 maps, but this is what maybe is going to happen here. Marke gets some assistance from Brightwing, and that's definitely desperately needed, or that could have been a kill here against the birdie. So they are going for the boss, and as all of this happens, there's an attempt to take the boss at the bot lane by the red team, but they are very successfully dissuaded by Whoopi and Breeze. So only 2 heroes are able to keep the Cats distracted. And now as the top boss is taken, Brightwing and Falstad can both use their mobility to move to the bot lane and deal with this too. It's such an insane series when you think about it. Falling behind with an 0-2, and now this is happening. So 7 kills to 4, there's the judgment, and they kill. Whoopi is dead, and they take the fort. There's the gust though, the fort is not destroyed yet, it's still firing, and they get Lucio. The fort falls, but they are paying a price. Lucio is dead, and Drakia will also die, gets hammered by Marke. Oh boy, what a game. What a series, like seriously. 9 kills to 5, 16 to 15. Guys, it is nasty. With level 16 talents as a lead, we now get the mechanical know-how. So definitely taking a few pages out of the book of Nick and his playstyle. But with the boss being defended at the top and 2 heroes dead, what we're seeing from the Cats is another approach towards the boss. While on the one hand, I really enjoy watching Judgment, on the other hand, with 2 additional melee heroes around Tyrael, I really expected Sanctification to be used here. But they are, of course, trying to coordinate a lot of the CC that they have against the opponent. We got 26,000 hero damage, by the way, for Blaze. He's the top damage dealer for the Cats with 33,000. Shocking, I know. Sergeant Hammer is the #1 for the blue team. And it's all about the objective again. And they're starting to push in again, as you can see, on the objective. Hogger is about to take the top fort, so at least in structures, the Cats are starting to do more and more damage. And they're actually pulling ahead. The Cats are ahead in structures by now. This thing is going to be destroyed in a moment. So the structural advantage for the Cats. Boss still active at the bot lane. Breeze in trouble. And here comes the judgment. And the shockwave. And Marke dies. Poor birdie. The bird gets murdered, and so does the sergeant. That's a double kill. And the Cats are all of a sudden starting to pull ahead again. But the objective. The objective has been taken. Whoopi is still trying to escape here, and he should be able to move out. I don't really think that they can stop him. Nope, he is going to make it out of the fight. But the objective has been claimed. So, again, this is just hits all over the place right now. Both bosses taken by Granit Gaming, but structurally they're falling behind because the Cats are now doing way better than in the early game. But the objective, after multiple kills happen, goes to Granit Gaming, so they can't really capitalize on it yet. They still have the globals that they can use on the map. It is a wild game. And it is do or die for Granit Gaming. They lose, they are out of the tournament. Now, once again, The push through the top is about to be stopped. Hogga is already dealing with this down at the bottom of the map and is playing it very safe too. Wants to make sure that he's not going to get attacked and ganked, so they didn't have vision on the blue team. Now Whoopi is trying to buy a little bit more time for them, of course, too, at the top, but as you can tell, there's not really a whole lot that's going to happen in regards to structural damage through through the cavalry. It's just not happening. And then again, Whoopi dies at the top. Judgment was up and was used by Tyrael. So honestly, not really necessary for him to die there. Buying a little bit of time, all fine and dandy, but dying, that wasn't really needed. It's not like he was able to accomplish a lot, but then again, the same might just happen to Lucio here. Wailing Arrow already shot out. Make, yeah, he's not going to dive in for this. There are too many heroes around, so he's not going to use a barrel roll to aggressively move into the opponent and try and take it down. So, yeah, there's that. But then again, we currently have 9 kills, 2-8. Top side, my try, still dealing with this. 16 talents are ready for both teams still. We're waiting for level 20, and the first team to hit it should be the red one. Should be the Cats. And again, the Cats are ahead now. The Cats have a lead. If they can use that window when they have level 20 and their opponent doesn't. When are the bosses up? This one's up in 40 seconds. That should quite be possible for them. So there's a chance that they're attempting to make a play for boss with a level 20 advantage. And that's a rotate. If you go quickly, then this one can be fought over as well. The time is there. But if they really want to do that, they gotta rotate now, and I think they're already a bit late on this. So they're slowly starting to move towards the top. If you want to make a play for boss, then this is really the time. And yeah, are they moving for it? They're taking the walls down, and they go for it. And so they should. Again, this is the one thing that they can do. It's 6 seconds on this one. Technically, it could... I like what we're seeing from the blue team. They, of course, know what's going to happen. Of course they know what's going to happen. What else are they going to do? It's the one thing that they can make a play for. So they are pushing the bot lane in an attempt to attack the keep here. And that's a nice move. Level 20 is now ready for both teams. Tyrael went into the seal of Aldruin. We now have them trying to defend the keep, of course. Boss is taken. Bot lane, the boss hasn't been claimed yet. Muradin still trying to slow them down a little bit, and he successfully does. But there's the judgment, and they're trying to punish him for sticking it out there. Brightwing is dead, and Breeze dies too. These are these plays where they always think that they can slow them down, that they can play it smart, but they keep forgetting about judgment. That was an arrow that Whoopi made at the top, and he got punished for it, and now Breeze suffered the same fate, and he's not the only one. Brightwing also died, so that limits their potential defense capabilities at the top lane, because this is just an imitation. The Cats are looking at this and they're like, alright boys, we have a 5 versus 3 now going on. First of all, we can go for the objective, that's number 1. Second of all, with Sylvanas, we can now easily push for keep and take the first armor shield down off the core. And they might even get a follow-up kill. Ult gets barely used by Whoopi as he jumps out, but they gotta kiss this keep goodbye. They won't be able to hold this, especially not with Sylvanas around. And the objective is going to be claimed as well. Now, to be fair, at the bot lane, at the bottom right, the Cats have also suffered some damage on their own keep. But still, this keep is gone. The first one destroyed in this game. Down here, as you can see, a little bit of damage done. But now we have also another objective locked in by the Cats. And this is starting to become really problematic for Granit Gaming. They just seem to have this thing in the late game where they feel too confident. They try to make some cute plays and then they get punished for them. And you cannot do this with the Cats lately. The Cats, again, they've been saving all their great plays for the Gauntlet, as it seems. All of those times in the best of 2 round robin phase when we've been asking ourselves, like, what the hell are they doing? Well, it's been answered. They've been saving all the cool plays for these best of 5 matches. And if they see a weakness, if they see a mistake you make, they are punishing you for it. They are 2-1 in the score against Granit Gaming, and now, of course, their hope is that they can, with those Raiders, take another keep down. Remove the second armor shield from the core and open it up for direct damage later on in the game. So, off we go. We got the hits coming. Sylvanas is there, she's helping. And it's a 5 versus 5 at least, but the top lane is also pushing. They gotta deal with that too. The wall is opened up. Whoopi is sitting in the back on his Urel. Trying to, well, help out a little bit, but so far that's not going on because while Falstad is dealing with a radar on the core, we now have the bot lane being opened up too, so both of these walls are wide open. And the bottom boss, to my knowledge, is still up. Let's not forget about this. Bottom boss is still available, so the teams could both fight for it. So the core is going to regenerate. Falstad is dealing with the middle. And he is, of course, a huge asset right now. I talked about this before, but I want to mention it again. He is the only global in the game. And yes, I don't count Brightwing. Brightwing is maybe half a global. Can help out if someone else is on the lane, but Brightwing is not the one that is split pushing. So if you want to be technically correct, then I would probably say that Falstad is a real split push global that can control these side lanes. 10 kills, 2-9. And, yep, down here, the push for the boss could happen. So, well, there it is. We got 10 kills to 9, level 22 against level 21. And they're still dancing around this. Still going for it. Here we go. Judgment on Falstad. Haha, he survives. This time they can't get the kill. Maybe a little bit premature. And now they're going for Tyrael. He barely makes it out, but he's still not quite out of the woods yet as the Stormbolt connects with him. Johan needs to be safe. They're trying to keep Breeze away from the rest, but the chase is on. Here's the wind tunnel. They're trying to execute them. Gust is used, but so is the bunker to keep them safe. Lot of tools utilized by both teams in an attempt to get a kill, but both of them fail. Now, we also have at the top side, we got the double nulls pushing in. Don't think that the core is going to be under any real pressure, but what's definitely going to be pressured is that bottom keep. So the keep is getting attacked here, and yep, that's just that. Objective is also up. And this time it's Granit Gaming who's pushing all of this. Yeah, they're turning it around. They have, of course, fallen far behind in structures. They lost the top keep. They suffered a lot of damage in the mid keep too. They have no fort on the map any longer. But this is really where they're starting to gain some momentum. And if they get, for example, the boss at the bot lane, if they get the objective, then they can really, really do work and try and maybe snowball this and end the game and force map number 5. Once again, here comes the play for Brightwing, but thanks to the blink heal, Brightwing is able to get out. Wind tunnel is used, and Tyrael is dead. That is bad news, especially since the objective is about to be taken. Tyrael is dead. Sergeant Hammer dies too, though. Hogger, he's pogging like a madman. No control, baby. They get the objective. Seems like Sylvana still wants to kill on Breeze, but Brightwing with the save in the last moment. I don't know how, but somehow Brightwing was there in time to save Breeze. Now they want to make a play for Urel. Falstad is here too. The birdie gets attacked. They think they need kills, but they lose Lucio. Lucio is lost. Draka is in trouble. Sylvanas is dead. This might be game. This might be it. They take Blaze down as well, and that leaves only Hogger. He's trying to pog it out. Marke needs to retreat and does, but the big problem is not only that they lost 4 heroes, Tyrael will be back in 4 seconds, but that it happened during the objective. So now there is a lot of infrastructure that could be taken, and the big question is, can they keep the core? Now don't forget, even if you go through the bot lane right now, you're only removing a single armor shield, and that is a problem that a lot of teams face in the past. And I actually think that Granit Gaming was one of them. They couldn't finish the game. So what are they going to do? Are they going to go for core? Are they going to go for the second keep in the middle? It seems like they're going to go for the keep. Tyrael is dead again. Tyrael is dead again. Is that the moment where they're shifting their attention towards the core? We have 8 seconds for Lucio, 13 for Sylvanas. They're chasing Hogger, and they get him. Hogger is dead, and oh boy, is that a problem for the Cats now. They want to go for the core. 2 armor shields are still there. The Gust is being used. Sylvanas pushed back. This is game. We are going to game 5, everybody. We are going to the final map of the series as Granit Gaming is trying to pull off a reverse sweep against the Cats.
The final map, we have map number 5, Infernal Shrines, between the Granit Gaming boys and the Cats. And it could happen that we really get that reverse sweep. So we had a 2-0 advantage for the Cats, and now 2 games in a row, Granit Gaming has finally shown what they're made of. It was quite close in a lot of those, especially on Alderac Pass. That could have gone either way. Towards the end, it got a bit dicey. The first keep was lost on the side of the blue team, but they turned it around, and now we have it all come down to a single map. Now, this map was chosen by the Cats. The Cats decided that they don't want to have first pick, they don't want to have first ban, they wanted the map choice. So Infernal Shrines is the map. We have Johanna this time banned. I would... They are not banning Garrosh. Are they actually planning to first pick Garrosh, or do they just say we don't care? Okay, that is interesting. So we get Brightwing here for Smexy. Now, they obviously need something to deal with Garrosh, since we can assume that Garrosh is a likely choice on the side of the Cats. It's the first time that Johan has the opportunity to play Garrosh. So, there it is. Hanzo and Blaze get taken to start things off. But this got really interesting here. Letting Garrosh through is definitely something that I didn't expect, considering that they were so adamant about banning that hero over and over and over again. But let's go. We got Breeze and we got Wooby next up, unless they warp around a bit here. So, what are going to be the choices? Tychus and Dehaka. So we got Dehaka for the side lane. They again are looking at a lot of globals. And on top of that, we get Tychus, who's going to pop his Odin around every single objective. And of course, they can now still ban Garrosh. If they want to take Garrosh out of the picture, they still can. They still have the chance to do that and limit the pool of Johan a bit more. Now, he already showed us his Tyrael plays with Judgment, but we could also see a Tyrael being played with Sanctification now. So that is another option for him, because you already have Blaze, you're playing on Infernal Shrines, Sanctification and Bunker, both fantastic tools on the map. So, we'll see. But yeah, interesting. What's the ban? Garrosh, or do they focus on something else? Are they worried about Garrosh as a potential pick? Especially now that Diablo got banned, limits the pool of course a bit more. So if they ban Garrosh, it would limit the tank pool even further. They go instead and they are taking Lucio off the board. Alright. Moment of truth. Do we get Garrosh, yes or no? Inubarak is also still up. Breeze played it a lot earlier. Mirrodin is up. Gets played on Infernal Shrines, even though, of course, the Stormbolt on the Shrine. Gotta ask yourself how much value you're really gonna get there. Here's Garrosh, and they got Anduin. They got their combo. Okay, so Garrosh and Anduin get taken together with Blaze and Hanzo. Ah, that's a lot of responsibility now on Johan's shoulders, I believe. Now he has his best tank. Can he make the difference here? Can he do that? Breeze and Azerite. Oh boy. Game number 5, everybody. Game 5. Who advances to the next round, to the final series, where we will determine which team goes to Paris. Stitches for Breeze, and we got Coffin Girl by Azerite. Orphea has been chosen. Infernal Shrines, everybody. Dracula with the final pick. Let's go. What is the next damage dealer? They need one more. They need a little bit more of an oomph. Could be a melee, of course, if they want it, but more likely that we're going to see another range damage dealer for them. Maybe even a bit more wave clear here. Could be a mage, of course. Dracula, it's Sylvanas again. They can go for Sylvanas, Infernal Shrines. The final map in the series. This is what it comes down to. Let's go, the Cats against Granit Gaming. The final map is here, map number 5, and we have Stitches. He gets some playtime. We got Breeze on Stitches, Wooby on Dehaka, Azerite on Orphea, Make on Tychus, and Smexy on Brightwing. On the right side of the map,
the Cats. For the Cats, it's a bit of a weird situation now because, again, they were in a lead with a 2-0, and it really plays some tricks on your mind when you lose 2 games in a row and all of a sudden a series that you thought already won turns against you. We got Captain Rex and Anduin, Herath on Hanzo, Mai Try on Blaze, Drakia on Sylvanas, and Johan is playing Garrosh. Okay, so let's see what they can do with this. Do they have a chance of actually, I don't know, turning... It's a little bit weird to say, like, turning this around again, because they were the ones that were heavily in the lead, but they just got to buckle down, really, and just treat this as an individual game. And it's a lot about Johan, I feel. His Garrosh was banned out regularly after he did such a great job with him in the first series that they played in this gauntlet against Inding for Ruby. Once that they faced off against the MC Academy, Garrosh was a continuous ban. The same happened now here with Granit Gaming. And, yep. Here we have a chance for Johan to make all the difference with his main tank. And he did such a great job. I mean, it's not only about denying kills to the opponent, but also about just preparing kill opportunities for your own team. So we'll definitely keep an eye on him. They have Breeze with Stitches. That's where Anduin comes into play a bit too, because he can, of course, ruin those plays if he's quick enough to get that pull and uses his trade in that situation. Yep, with that being said and done, down at the bottom of the map, we're now having the camps being focused on, and the first one has already been claimed by the Cats. Here's the flip, they go for Breeze, nice opportunity for the red team, and Dehaka is forced down, and immediately that's safe. This is exactly the kind of plays that I've been talking about from Johan. First he creates a kill opportunity for them by flipping Breeze into the team, then Dehaka comes in, tries to focus on Anduin, and once again Garrosh is there to ruin that play. Now, Granit Gaming still walked away with the camp, but those are the moments that can lead to kills for the red team, and they need that if they want to go to the next round and face off against the final boss against Team Rage Quit. So there's that. But yeah, time will tell. We got still another drag coming in for Mai Try. We have at the bottom of the map Smexy going off against Drakia right now. And in the meantime, Captain Rex, he's doing his thing over here at the camp together with Herath. They're still trying to prep for the Shaman camp and the objective that's going to be announced in another 6 seconds. They're very early, by the way. It's a really early move for the camp. So they need to guard someone. I mean, I don't think they're going to take it right away. They should keep somebody there that takes it. But they slowed things down a little bit, and I guess he wants to go back to Nexus. They still pick it fairly early. 18 seconds left for the objective. I mean, you have the Haka at the top lane anyways. So there's that. But now, without a single kill yet, the first objective is popping up. Of course, Tychus doesn't unleash his full power for the objective yet. It will be happening around level 10 when he has access to Odin. That's one of the main reasons you pick him on the map, because you want to have that transformation into Odin and then take it from there. Bot lane though, a bit more aggression is now coming, and the initial advantage for the Cats. I don't really think that the blue team is even going to push for this, and this suspicion is already being confirmed by the top lane push that we're seeing from Maka and Wooby. They're just trying to do some structural damage. So the idea here is really to just push the lane, do damage on the gate, and then defend with your team against the Punisher. And as long as the Punisher doesn't get the fort, most of the time you're only going to get the... Uh-oh. Mai Try. Yeah, that's the first blood. I was about to say, most of the time you're only going to get the gate anyways. That depends on how well Sylvanas can chip in here. But if it's just a trade with the gate for a gate, then you have not really lost anything here. But they're actually going to continue the top lane aggression now that they got the kill on Blaze. So with the side lane are gone, they nearly destroyed the entire fort. And that's huge. And down at the bottom of the map, as you can tell, this is an easy defense. They're actually doing this now. So they are taking that boss down fairly easily. And up at the top, Johan, he's suffering, but so is Marke. Right wing! Yeah, more than in time to help out. And they took the fort. So this is actually a pretty crazy development. So despite the fact that the objective was won by the Cats, we now have instead Granit Gaming taking the first kill and also getting the first fort. Now it seems that Wooby has screwed up a bit and is going to die now. But regardless of that, they still were able to get fort number 1. So structurally they're pulling ahead and they're stealing the opponent's camp away. So as far as the early game goes, that is a win for Granit Gaming. the blue team, they have momentum in this series now. They won 2 in a row and they want to make it 3. They want to be the ones to move on to Team Rage Quit. It's kind of funny, by the way, when you're thinking about Team Rage Quit watching all of this. They've been watching the first 2 games and they're like, alright guys, apparently we're facing off against the Cats. Didn't really think that would happen, but let's prep for them. And now they're looking at the final map. I'm like, well, maybe we should check our notes for Granit Gaming again, because that might just be our next opponent after all. Now, half a level until 10, and they are pulling ahead here. So with the heroic abilities kicking in first for the blue team, is now the opportunity in the mid lane to take at least the... I mean, maybe they should be able to damage the fort. Look how well they're actually timing this. Look how well they're timing this. They're getting the insta-kill here on Johan, now that they have level 10. And they timed it so that as level 10 hits, they're already here with the camp and pop Odin right away. So they're exploiting this tiny window before the opponent gets their heroic abilities as best they can, get a kill on the tank, push the red team away from their fort, and now take it down. This, I mean, it doesn't get better than that. Like, this is such a crisp rotation that they just made. They timed the camp around it. They were all in the middle. That arrow did nothing. It's flying, and it's still flying. And, well, there's a good chance that it's going to hit an A soon. But Breeze even with a dance, coming in with the B-step. Hasn't taken his level 10 yet, so still is probably going to reveal that around the next objective. But there is a chance that he is not going for Gorge here. So yeah, it's a bit of a wild one. Garrosh, by the way, also hasn't made a move yet around his heroic ability, but there's Gorge now taken. They see Sylvanas, they see an opportunity. Right wing is going to go into the polybomb, but they need a bit more than only that if they really want to get a kill there. I honestly don't really know why they did that in the first place, because nobody was around to help them. Now that Wooby is coming in, he's a bit late, but the fight has still started, so that's a 5 versus 5. The hook misses, the extra range isn't there yet, but it will be soon. Hanzo in 15 seconds back with the arrow, and the shrine is activating as we speak. So, with that, we now have once again... Oh, they hit for my try! He bunkers up, but can they still save him? No, they cannot. He tried to get away, and that kill comes at such a good moment. 3 kills to 1, and they will get this Punisher. At least it gives Sylvanas time to go to the top and take the catapult and the wave down before the entire gate falls. But this is still a setback once more. So they have taken all of this, 3 kills to 1. They're closing in on 13. But oh boy. Yeah, this is getting real dangerous now. There's another camp that they're apparently trying to take too. Dehaka is a bit forward. Needs to be very cautious here, but gets away. Yeah, well, maybe not. They are getting one stun in after another, and Whoopi is down. Killed by Anduin to add insult to injury, and now Breeze is gonna die as well. These are the moments where Granit Gaming is getting too cocky. These are exactly the moments where they're getting a little bit too arrogant. Marke gets the objective. They kept it at 39, but Dehaka overstepped. They were thinking about getting that camp. They were just aiming for too much. Now, the objective is, of course, still claimed by Granit, but this is a much easier defense now. And, yeah. The defense on this one, pretty straightforward. Level 13 is now ready. That gives us the under pressure, 4 stitches. But with both of the frontliners dying, they are getting way less out of the situation than they could have. So, well, there it is. We now got 13 versus 13, 3 kills to 3. Both teams have even talent. Still an advantage in experience for Granit Gaming, obviously. They're still a level ahead, but this could soon change. The camp is about to be taken too, so they're trying to take the... Well, not trying, they're taking the Shaman camp. Needs to be defended against as well, so it's a bit more time spent for Blaze at the top lane. And it allows the blue team to go for another Khazra camp down here at the bottom of the map. They're trying to go for the fruit fly. There's the taunt, there's the arrow. Better safe than sorry. They're unleashing everything. I mean, they literally dropped 3 ults for this right now. They just said, alright, let's get it all. Yeah, they're trying to go for Breezy too. And Hanzo still dies. Nice. Straight into the ult here. I like it. Job well done. That's actually kind of crazy that they still got that kill. So, good on them. It's also because Blaze was in the middle, so it wasn't really a fair fight in the numbers game. But they're still ahead by a level. But again, this is map 5. Any mistake that you make here could cost you that ticket to Paris. At least the ticket into the next series. Which is, of course, what this is all about in the first place. Having the opportunity to take that. Next objective is going to spawn at the bot lane. So holding on to that fort would be quite important. You don't want to lose that fountain. Still one of the best changes that Blizzard made in the post-HGC era. I gotta say that they made those fountains invulnerable. I mean, of course, it limits a little bit some of these options that you had previously, where you could take the camp, provide vision, and then have the Khazras kill the fountain over here. But I really like it that these little cheeses are not possible anymore, and that you have to focus on the main structure first. I'm not really a big fan of most of the changes that Blizzard implemented or tried to implement and then reverted after HGC was cancelled. Especially, of course, that weather bullshit or the medallion crap was horrifying. But some of the things that they've done are very good, and this is definitely one of them. So if you want to hold on to that fountain and make sure that with the next objective you have a chance to fight for this one, you need to also really focus now on the defense. Make sure that the blue team doesn't have a chance to take that down, and that is going to help them a little bit to, fight for the next objective. Because this is going to be tricky to begin with, since they are falling behind in experience. That's partly also because with those globals, the side lane experience can continuously be soaked. But as you can tell, 16 is going to be a thing. And I doubt that the cats have still a bit of time. They still got some time. So if the cats are able to soak a few more lanes, they might be able to get level 16 in time for the fight. But it's going to be close. It should be a close one. So either way, we got level 16 talents in for Granit Gaming. So far the objective hasn't been announced yet. As long as they sense, they will have level 16. So this is a pretty important battle for them, one way or another. It gives us also Pulverize, by the way. And Pulverize is huge. God, I love Pulverizing Stitches. It's such a great talent. The slow that it has, the armor reduction. It's such a useful tool in Stitch's tool belt. And it's even kills in this game. I mean, they're dead even on the kill count. 21,000 damage for Hanzo, 15,000 for Orphea. Yeah, and Blaze is still at the top, trying to get the experience for them. This is really the moment when you have to be real careful that you're not getting ganked on any lane. Of course, they have vision at the bottom of the map, so Blaze knows he's safe. But now that they have level 16, just don't overstep. They got the double pull on Anduin, and they might need it. Unstoppable goes for the Indomitable, and Breeze is dead! They took Breeze down! And they might get more kills than that. They're trying to go for Orphea. Can't get the kill. Smexy also getting attacked. Whoopi looking for a tongue. Can't get it. But that's a 5 versus 4. The Cats with a big kill at a perfect moment in time. They are coming in now with the fountain plays. Not the fountain. The shrine plays. The shrine play in an attempt to get Punisher number 2 for them. Yeah, second Punisher for them if they get it. But that was huge. Killing Breeze at that moment, that was big. So now they should be able to at least take the bottom fort down. And Granit Gaming, they're already thinking about, okay, what do we do now? They have a chance to take the waves down here, maybe eliminate another one that is coming in. They have... What the fuck? Well, what? Why did the Haka die here? What did Whoopi just do? Did Whoopi just... What? Did Whoopi just try to go 1v5 and got caught here? Like, what the hell just happened? That is... Oh my god. Breeze is back and Whoopi is down. Guys, that is real bad news. It was bad enough when Breeze was dead as the objective was about to be taken. Blaze, by the way, pushing at the top and now hearthing back. But yeah, there's a good hook. That's the best hook that you can get. But the arrow is there immediately. Nice move by Brightwing, though, and Anduin is going to die. That one was so important, I don't even know what to say. This was such an important kill, taking the support down. They are still going to lose the keep, or likely it's going to fall. Maybe they can even save it now that Anduin is gone. But boy, that was an important kill. Holy hell. So the Punisher still wants the keep. Garrosh died, and the keep falls. The keep is going to fall. That in and of itself is already big. But of course the Cats are also losing some ground here. My try is deliberately moving to the left, trying to buy some extra time. Waste the time of Granit Gaming. He knows he's gonna die here. But yeah, I still can't believe that Whoopi died. Wow. That's just insane. Anyways, now towards the top, we have Drak here trying to stop the blue team from getting into a position where they can threaten the keep. As long as they're getting their heroes back, this is all still fine for them. There is, of course, now an experience lead again for the blue team, but at the same time, the first keep is gone. So thanks to Breeze dying and then Whoopi dying, the whole core is open wide. Level 20 will be there, but this is such a game. I mean, this entire series has been bonkers. From the first map to the 5th. So this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. They're trying to push the mid lane a bit further, but Blaze is back. And with that, we now have them in a position where they can fight 5v5. They don't want to sacrifice that keep here. Bot lane Ford is likely going to fall. Triple arrow, jet propulsion, and the ult from Anduin. And Maka is still alive. Maka dies to Hanzo. He got Hanzo'd hard. Stitches is dead too. 2 heroes eliminated on the blue team side. Level 20 is ready for them, but Granit Gaming is losing ground, and the Cats are now, yeah, what are they doing? Not going for the core, I assume. They don't have level 20 yet. They can save their bottom fort. They were hoping to go for another kill, but the hearth was already happening. Are they trying to end the game here? Ooh, that's quite the call. They don't have level 20 yet, and we have Brightwing, Dehaka, and Orphea. Alright, they are risking it. They are risking the play. It's not impossible, but it's also not going to be easy. Can they get kills? Can they do something here? They want to end the game. They think this is their best chance right now. They got the lead and they're taking the core out slowly. Guys, they could go to the next round. Can the Cats really do it? They got the core at 82%. 7 seconds. Sylvanas is down. No! Sylvanas is dead and they got to retreat. They took 21% off the core, but now they're losing 2 heroes. A 5 versus 3. Whoopi is trying to flank them. He's trying to get away here. My try is again dying for the team. Oh boy, not sure that was worth it. That was a clutch call from the beginning and very optimistic. But now they might be in real trouble. The arrow is hitting Orphea in the face. But this top lane keep is likely going to fall. Hanzo dies too. They have just thrown the game, I think. They just threw the game. They're likely going to lose here. They were a bit desperate. They were thinking that this is what they gotta do. They went for it. They didn't have level 20 yet, and now they're paying the price. But it's a big price that they paid. The Cats, my heart breaks for them. It really does. Fantastic play by Granit Gaming. Don't get me wrong. A deserved victory at the end, I suppose. But my heart breaks for the Cats as they are eliminated from the tournament. Granit Gaming with a reverse sweep. An incredible performance here in this best of 5 as they move on to the final match where we will determine which team moves to Paris to the offline event. GG, well played.